Welcome again to Vanran10 on sports. Okay, so third video on the sports topic, like fifth or sixth video today. I'm on this. I'm on this. Okay, so today this topic will be this topic is going to be Lakers trade Lonzo now. Let me explain. It's not because I hate Lonzo Ball. I like Lonzo Ball. I think he's a good kid. I think he's going to be a good NBA player. I just don't think he's going to be worth the headache of Lavar Ball. Lonzo is going to be a Jason Kidd type. That's what everybody's saying. That's what who everybody's comparing him to. He's going to be a Jason Kidd type of a player. Um, Jason Kidd was a pretty good NBA player, but he's not one of the greatest of all time. I don't put him in the upper echelon of point guards like I would put, John Stockton or Magic Johnson or somebody like that. I'm not so sure I wouldn't rather have Mark Price than Jason Kidd. I was never a huge Jason Kidd fan, but I do think that Lonzo has a lot of that skill set. I actually think Lonzo could be slightly better than Jason Kidd. Um, because I think Lonzo might be have a little bit more length to him than Jason Kidd did, and I think Lonzo might be a better ball handler than Jason Kidd was. But the reason I say that the Lakers need to trade Lonzo, um, if the Lakers want any chance of getting LeBron James and Paul George, I think Paul George is going to go there no matter what. He's an LA guy. He wants to go there. He's going to spend his season in Oklahoma City, and then he's going to LA. Unless Oklahoma City trades Paul George at the deadline just to try to get something for him because they know they're going to lose him, I still think it's going to be Paul George will go to the Lakers. So that puts Paul George on the Lakers with Ingram and Lonzo Ball and some of these other guys. Well, the big get is getting LeBron James to go there as well. I can't see LeBron James wanting to jump into that circus, and the circus being LeVar Ball kind of, making himself quite the nuisance for the Lakers organization. He really is not helping the Lakers organization. He's really not. In fact, he's more of a detriment because too many people listen to what LeVar says, and LeVar's an idiot. The man is not an intelligent person. I've heard people say, well, he made a good point. Well, just because the blind squirrel found a nut in the woods doesn't mean we should listen to him. Yeah, maybe he made a good point that maybe the players aren't so into playing for Luke Walton, but that doesn't mean that now we have to call LeVar Ball a messiah of basketball knowledge and he's gonna answer all the questions correctly. No, because 99% of the time the man gives a dumb answer. LeVar is just an idiot. He's a loud-mouthed moron. But here's the thing: if you trade Lonzo Ball and you trade him to a mid-market team, you trade him to maybe Minnesota, Denver. I don't know. Trade him down to Phoenix. What's another mid-market team? Just Milwaukee, something like that. Trade Lonzo to one of those teams. Now I don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, it's like if you trade him to like the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I'm a Denver Nuggets fan. I don't know what really you're gonna get. You're gonna have to give up something. You might have to put Lonzo Ball in Denver. You would have to probably give up Jokic, or you'd have to give up two of your young guards like Murray or Harris. It might be a little bit too steep of a price to pay, but then again, to get Lonzo, which I think is better than both of those guys, it might be worth it. Would it be worth it to the Lakers? Yeah, and I'll tell you why. You can get, let's say they trade Lonzo to Denver for Murray and Harris, our two pretty young good guards. Um, you're not going to have all that. You're not going to have all that noise that LeVar creates because he's not going to be anywhere near LA. And here's going to be the other fun part. I guarantee you that the Lakers will not make the same dumb mistake of drafting any of his other two kids. So his other two kids, Leangelo and or Jello and whatever their names are, I guarantee the Lakers are not taking either one of these guys. They're not going to take them. I promise you that. They are not going to have another kid of LeVar Ball's playing for their team. They just won't. They'll sit there and go let somebody else draft him. So now you trade Lonzo to Denver. You get two good young guards. Denver gets a really good young guard to play with Jokic, to play with Millsap, to play with Trevor Lyles, to play with there's some other pretty good young players on that team. So he goes over there, culture changer, helps the Nuggets. Lonzo, or LeVar, his dad ain't moving to Denver. His dad's not going to live in Denver. His dad is an LA dad. He wants to be in the big market because LeVar wants to be the star. Well, guess what? If you take the kid out of LA and ship him off to Denver, LeVar's going to want to stay in LA. He wants to stay where the press is. He wants to stay where he can mingle with celebrities. And I don't know who would want to mingle with this moron, but there are idiots out there that consider this guy somebody that they should be seen with. So no, I don't consider them the most intelligent people in the universe. If you want to be seen with LeVar Ball, you're probably not very bright. LeVar loves his kids. I won't discount that. I mean that's you can tell he loves his kids. You can tell he wants what's best for his kids. But I think that LeVar wants to be the star now. I think he may not know this consciously, but I think he's positioning himself to be the biggest star of the Ball family. He's the most loud. He's the most arrogant. He says the most ridiculous things. He gets the most publicity because the media is not very bright. They follow this guy around with microphones, wait for him to say something stupid, and then immediately report it because they're in love with the guy themselves. Well, that's also part of the culture, though. There's a lot of people out there that want to know what LeVar is saying. I don't know why. Honestly, I cannot understand why people like what LeVar says. I really don't know. Everything I've ever heard come out of LeVar Ball's mouth has been pure rubbish, gibberish, just stupidity of the highest level. But he's raised a pretty good kid in Lonzo. I think Lonzo is going to be a very good NBA player. But I think that in LA right now, it would be better for Lonzo to go to a team that's a little less in the spotlight. The Denver Nuggets haven't been in the NBA spotlight since we had Carmelo and Iverson. So it's been about a decade since the Nuggets have been relevant in any way. The Nuggets right now are a middle of the pack, 6 to 8 seed. They might not make the playoffs. They could be 6. We don't know. I think if they traded Murray and Harris to the Lakers, brought in Lonzo, then LeVar might make some noise, but nobody's going to care because you're talking about the Nuggets. So nobody's going to care. The Nuggets are a mediocre team. Nobody's going to listen. The reason they listen is because he's making references to the Lakers. The Lakers are one of the legendary franchises in the NBA. So being based in LA, being one of the legendary franchises, and LeVar is a big mouth talking about them, that's why he gets a lot of the attention. If his kid was in Denver, we might not get the same result. But trade him to Denver, trade him to Milwaukee, trade him to Minnesota, trade him to Phoenix, trade him to a team. Don't put him in don't trade him to Sacramento. Don't keep him in California. It's too close. Don't trade him even to Portland. Get him further east of California. Phoenix will be about, maybe not even Phoenix. Phoenix might be still a little bit too close. But Denver, Milwaukee, Minnesota, places like that might be a good place for Lonzo to have a really good NBA career without his dad causing too much trouble, because once he goes to one of those teams, the media coverage is going to be much, much less. So when or Lavar talks, nobody's going to care. Because it's like, what, you're talking about the Nuggets? Who cares? Denver cares. I would care. But I wouldn't care what Lavar is saying about the Nuggets. I would care to see that Lonzo has brought a culture change, and maybe we're playing a little bit better, and maybe we can make it to a 4th seed and have a home series in the playoffs. And I would like to have Lonzo here, because I know Lavar wouldn't follow him. Lavar would just sit there and beg the Lakers to take his other 2 kids, and they're going to go, no, we're not taking them either. Lavar, little advice. Shut up. Just shut up. You're making things tough for your kids. You're making it so that people want to get rid of your kids so that they can get rid of you. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing for your kids. You're not helping your kid by being a loudmouthed idiot. Love your kids. Support your kids. But don't do it on Twitter. Don't do it in the national media. Don't make things tough for the coaches, the GMs, and don't do it. It's like, make things easier. Shouldn't your job be as a dad to make things easier on your kid? To kind of help them, to make their lives better? Somehow having people hate your kid or want your kid out of town just because you're involved, that's not helping. No offense. There might be some offense. I don't care if I offend LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball could watch this right now and be completely offended. I wouldn't care, because he's an idiot. LeVar, you're an idiot. You're a straight up idiot. I'd say it to your face, but I don't think you're ever going to watch this video. I don't think anybody's ever going to watch this video. So it's a pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet. But I'd still say it to his face. And then he'd just go, who are you? Shut up. I go, you shut up. It'd be a very childish argument. It'd be like Trump arguing with the NFL. Maybe that'll be a topic for me sometime, but probably not. To the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.